Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to my channel. It is me, it is I, it is she, it is who? It is Rosie Rosette 2020. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Okay, I don't know what happened. But anyway, I'm trying to listen to Tasha K's video. Let me cover it with my wig. Anyway, and, you know, give you guys, I made some notes. So it's late. I wanted to do this earlier, but I got a life. I got a life. And then I write notes and I cannot read them. I have to learn how to write so that I can read. Um, okay, so I was listening to this last night. Oh, did the power? Did the internet go down? I think the internet went down. Okay, so the internet didn't go down. So I fell asleep looking at this because I was trying to write notes. And I fell asleep because I wanted to do a video last night. And I have to go to bed in like the next 15 minutes. So I'm just going to write, um, I'm just going to go over what, this is not working, this is not working. I'm just going to go over some of the notes that I have, okay? Um, okay, so it came back on. All right, so let's talk about Tasha's attire. Beautiful top, beautiful lace or whatever, beautiful with her outfit, I mean, with her skin color and everything. But then it's a half top. I don't get it. I don't get why this woman needs to always wear a half top. Show her boobs, show her cleavage, show that she wears a half top. It's like you just had a kid. It's like your shape is not all that. You know what I'm saying? She acted as if she um I'm sorry, as if she just came back from the Dominican Republic. Like she looks like she's shaped like Nicki Minaj. Girl, you can't dress. Your makeup is whatever. Come on. Like, really? Anyway, but it did look good, I must say. I just don't understand why she needs the fact to wear half tops in the middle of winter and have her boobs hanging out almost. I mean, not most of them, but a lot of them. And then for the second one, I think she wore the ugly polka dot thing like she was going to church. I don't get it. I don't get it. And again, I don't know why her hair is just like Jags. That's just a little eerie to me. That's just a little eerie. Okay, so I'm listening to it, and the guy's talking about his taxes. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. They're married. They didn't have to file joint taxes. If he knew that she wasn't good as far as filling out taxes, why did he file joint taxes with this woman? You see what I'm saying? Okay, so I it's two sides to the story, and then it's the truth. Like, is he slow? I don't. We ain't gonna talk about this. Is is the ex-husband kind of slow? Yeah, he's fine. Don't get me wrong, he's fine. But is he kind of slow? Like, from the point where, again, if someone tells me that they cheated on you early in the marriage and you stay, if the person is beating you up or has a lamp post or something to you and you stay, if the person cheated on you multiple times, he stays. If the person curses your mother out and you stay, it's not the other person's fault. That's yours. That's your fault. That's your fault. Now, Jack, okay, so then she talks about the fact that her mother is schizoid and her sister was a drug addict. Okay, we talked about that again. Something happened to her mother that she could no longer maintain herself. Now, listen, I have a cousin who has some mental issues, and I think as long as you take that medicine, that you're okay, that you don't spaz out. So, is it a possibility that the mother was on meds and that's how she was able to maintain her tenure as a teacher for 30 years or whatever she did? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. The sister, we still don't know about the sister. Was the sister on drugs? Why don't we know about the sister? I don't know. Okay. Now she's talking about the mother. The mother has gone through trauma with Jacqueline. I don't know if she's gone through trauma with the husband, but wasn't her mother a pastor and a teacher? And the father was a pastor? Was the husband a pastor, a teacher? I just don't know. I would just like to know, why did Tasha K have so much interest in this? Why? Like, I don't recall her, being interested in any other celebrity. I don't recall her copying a hairstyle of another celebrity. Like Tasha K, you cannot match Jaguar's intelligence. The woman is a genius. There's no way that you can go toe to toe with Jaguar intellectually. Now, you're trying to discredit her. I said this in another video. You're trying to discredit her so that her word is not liable. Again, just because someone has some issues does mean that she didn't see, hear, or participate in any of the other activities. Okay? I'm just saying that. Okay, so if he is aware of the mother's status, being homeless, or she's about to be homeless, that's what he said allegedly, in New Jersey, why didn't he scoop her up? Jaguar, is your mother about to be homeless? Are you spending the woman's money? Is that what you're looking at? Now listen, this kids do this all the time. I have an uncle did the same thing. No, actually, I had two uncles that did the same thing on both sides. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother video. I can't see myself living off of my mother's money or my father's money. I got my own. Well, I don't have any money, but I'm able-bodied. Okay, so her mother was living with her in Dallas, and then somehow she got an attorney. The mother was paying for the attorney to go against the ex-husband in a case or whatever, and so instead of, they had to make a point with either paying the attorney, I think, or paying rent. hmm, interesting. And then the child had to sleep on floors, and they were out of lights or whatever. But I thought he raised his son. So, okay, didn't they get a divorce in 2009? So for 5 years, um, the I'm just so confused. Did the ex-husband raise the child? What was the time of the separation? So from 2009 to 2016, Jackie was living with the mother. The mother was living with the Jackie and the son. Is that when, because you remember the cousin and the niece said that the mother raised that child and the other son along with the niece. Again, where is the sister? Where's the sister? Is she still a stripper? Was her ex a crackhead rapist? I don't know. I don't know. This is allegedly. I don't know. Now the cousin said that everyone is doing good. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get why, if you knew that this woman cannot file taxes, why are you filing with her? I don't know. Let's see. So how was he able to be a mortgage broker for the mother? I thought he was a salesperson in a retail store. When did he get into real estate? When did that happen? I don't get it. When did that? Did we miss a part? I don't get it. Um, I don't get it. Okay, he didn't want to share, but they already did with his 6,000. I have another question. So if Jaguar was so hooked on money and she needed money and she's taking money from her her mother, you know, with being power of attorney, like you just said. So the mother's taking care of her boyfriend. Okay, okay. Lashonda, this is a question for you. The wisdom or something like that. If Jaguar always took money from people, why she didn't take any money from Storm? If she was so money hungry and always living off of other people, why she didn't get a cut from Storm? He could have gave her a good $10,000, but she didn't. I don't know. Does Tasha K? Does her husband work? What does her husband do? Because didn't they meet at a restaurant? And then is he in IT? Like, what does her husband do? Cause does he work outside of Kibi Studios? I'm just asking because I was, but I mean we're gonna ask about husbands and ex-husbands and what they do and how much they make. What let's just make it a good like Jasmine Jaguar. Why didn't you ask Tasha K? Well, what does your husband do? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that Tasha asked Jasmine what does her husband do? Was that a part of the interview? Who led Tasha to ask Jaguar that question? I'm sorry if I'm a little like kind of off because I'm trying to listen to this video, look at the notes, and talk to you guys. Okay. Um, I put is Jackie taking the money but the phone call. I don't know what I meant by that. I don't know what I meant by that. She didn't. Oh, she was talking about the money on the phone call when she called her mother. And they said that she got her mother committed, but her mother said that somebody else had took her down. I think was Jackie in jail. So how could okay? So did the people who got her committed? Did they have power of attorney? Did they take her money? The way that conversation went with her mother, it seems as if blah blah and blah blah and blah blah was always asking the mother for money. But yet on part two, the cousin, not the niece, the cousin was like, well, look, everyone is, doing fine. I mean, we might have problems with our relationship, but everybody does. But no one's asking or wanting for anything. Well, if you're asking Big Mama, I don't know who Jasmine's mother's name is, but if you're asking Big Mama for, some money, then, I mean, not everybody's doing fine. I can't even think of the last time. It's been about 10 or 15 years I asked my mom for money. Maybe 20. I don't know. Maybe 10 years. 13, 15, about 15 years. Okay, so 2016, they took the child away from Jacqueline. But yet the cousin and the sister said that Jaguar never raised her son, right? Okay, but the mother, Jaguar's mother, raised her son, both of her sons, and her sister's daughter. So sometimes that's like that, my great grandmother who lived in Colfax, Louisiana, I think all of the oldest children went to go stay with her, and it wasn't a choice. Okay, she was a little mean little woman. That I think that's where I get my meanness from. But anyway, it is what it is. I don't know. Okay, then we talk about the needles. I'm just gonna fast forward because I gotta go to bed. I ain't got time for all this. The needle thing, Jackie. What's going on? What is going on with the needles thing? Like, your mother is sick, but yet you haven't. When you sent her to Jersey, you didn't send her medical card with her, and so she has to share needles or reuse the needles. What's going on? Is this true? Like, in that phone call, why didn't the mama say, hey, Jackie, you know, where's my medical card? I need it for needles. I don't get it. And then right now, Tasha's talking about how Jaguar couldn't buy a $1 McMuffin. Wait, I don't really, last time I ate McDonald's, like I said. But McMuffins are, no, actually, no. But McMuffins are $1? Hmm, interesting. And then, oh boy, doesn't watch social media. Is that why the son doesn't watch social media? I'm just trying to think of one 18-year-old young child in college that doesn't look at YouTube. Like, how is that possible? Now, the husband is talking about Jaguar's mentally abusive towards her mother. I can see that. I think she's mentally abusive towards everyone. Jacqueline, you need to call me because honey, I think I could. You wouldn't get that far with me. I'm starting to see that. I hate to say, I'm starting to see a lot of my younger self in Jacqueline, Jaguar, and again, I just think that she's been hurt. I was thinking about her when I was in the Ross store, and I was like, gosh, I don't think she's really had anyone to stand up for her. I think what her father, the expectations and the high standards that her father put her through is why she may be the way she is. On top of the fact that she's a genius and she had to be amongst peasants. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's why I was like that second interview. That cousin and that niece, I just couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it. It was just too subpar for me, you know. And how do we know that this man is telling the truth? How do we know? How do we know? I mean, this is the same man who did not um, understand the fact that if someone cheats on you, you should leave. If someone curses out your mother, you should leave. This is the same man who, after years of being with someone who doesn't pay taxes, you still are filing joint taxes. Like, ooh, I don't know. Okay, now the son. I don't know if I said this on the thing, but on the last video, but the son had never seen his mother say anything derogatory about him on video. But Tasha K took it upon herself to show Jaguar's son some not so nice things that she said about him. Why? Why, TK? Why? Why'd you have to do that? Now, would you like maybe in 10, 15 years for someone to show your son some of the things that Sweet Ma is saying about you? No, you don't do that. They protected that child from whatever type of outside elements to keep him nice and pure. And you poisoned him to the point that he's tainted. Does that make sense? Is that the word? Tainted? Now, on top of that, and it's not really that many more things that I want to say. Um, the son did not take the Jaguar's calls because the father said, if you deal with her, I'm gonna have to cut you off. Well, how? But then previously the father said, that's your mother. You need to love her. You only have one. Blah blah blah. Which one is it? Which one is it? Are you gonna support the child? This poor child. Are you gonna support the child in maintaining a relationship with his mother or not? Like, pick your struggle. Which one? This poor child. And he does seem like a nice, pure, innocent, like a virgin, pure. That young man was very pure. Not festered like, or, tainted or poisoned like Jaguar or the father. From him living, with the grandmother and visiting this one and visiting that one. Someone did a good job. I don't know if it's Jaguar. I don't know if it was the father. I don't know if it's a combination. I don't know if it was a village. I don't know who. I don't know if it was Big Mama. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was his older brother. Somebody looked after that child and kept him pure. But yet Tasha, with her bitch ass, wants to come and show this young man who everyone has sheltered him against the demons of his family, not just his mother, honey, because it seemed like a lot of them on both sides, because we hear a phone call from Tasha, or a video from Tasha, and she's talking about how her ex-husband's mother was 14 years old when when his father got with him, and how the father used to allegedly beat her up and all that. And she alluded to something to the point where, who is it, Tina? The allegedly, I don't know, raped the young man, Sam? Not Deuce, but Sam. And I'm confused because what he said was he had his own place in, okay, Sam had his own place in, Jaguar had her own place. Both of their leases ended and they combined, living spaces. And she wanted to get married because everybody's parents were preachers, whatever, and she didn't want to live in sin. Okay, we get that. But then Jaguar says that he was living with the mother, and he was paying all the bills for the mother. But wasn't the mother and the father together, or did the father die? See, I don't know. And the mother was mad. No, the father was still alive because the father went to the marriage, to the wedding. So did they break up or whatever? You know what? It's just so many. I don't know who's telling the truth. But the way Jaguar said is Sam was paying all the bills for the mother, and that's why she didn't want her to get married. But then Sam has a sister. It's just too much, you guys. It's not adding up. It's not adding up because the notes that I took, they broke up in 2008. And you got the son in 2013 or 2016. So 2013 would have been 5 years. 2016 would have been 8 years. It took you that long. So I guess Jasmine had to get attorney. But where was, not Jasmine, Jaguar, but what was she doing? Was she running around? Did she, pay for Big Mama to stay and take care of the kids? Big Mama was there, cook, clean for the kids, made sure the kids got to school. And, Jaguar funded her. But no, you know what? I think she did, because remember she said in that phone call, my money went to my mother. My whole check went to my mom. Mom, you remember the 10,000 or 5,000 or whatever? So it sounds like everything that Jaguar made, she gave to the mother. Well, that makes sense. If Big Mama is taking care of all the kids, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I don't know. It's too much. Nothing makes sense. I'm just, if you read between the line, I don't know. And then, now I'm thinking about it, Jaguar just seemed a little too masculine for Samuel. Um, he's a little soft, and Jaguar's just a lot more intelligent. Seems like she was more worldly. She just she was just too much of a woman for him to handle. And I don't even know what to say. I got to go to bed. I got to go to bed. I hope this made sense. Hopefully, when I look at this, it does. I don't know. I got to go to bed. It's late. I can't be talking about this. This whether or not. This is just not going to affect the whole world. I don't understand, out of all the people, why would what's her name, Tasha K, come after Jaguar and her family? I guess she's trying to hit that million mark or whatever, maybe with the first, second, and third, because I think one was 155 or whatever. Maybe she may finally get her million views with all these videos compared to Storm, who got it in one. It will, all these videos, all these trilogies, and the haircuts, and the flying out, and the this and the that. Maybe she'll get her million. And then, what she's trying to do is discredit Jaguar, claiming that she is mentally insane, so that what she says about the other celebrities will not be valid. Oh, I'm not. You're gonna have to try a little harder than that. I need proof. Now, someone said, because I was listening to some of the things that Jaguar was saying. Someone said Mary J did come out of the closet. Okay, so Mary J did come out of the closet. Talib Kweli, he said everything that happened. Jaguar said it. The only thing she lied about was the fact that he, they did it the first night or whatever. She told her son or whatever. So, okay, now we're talking about the mom being schizoid. Okay, well, the mom does have a problem because she needs power of eternity or something. She can't do this, she can't do that. I don't know. I don't know. So, I mean, she didn't prove anything there. The child, even though he may not have gotten diagnosed, there's a lot of people who don't get diagnosed. We all had someone a little slow in our class. Like I said, I was in the slow reading group. Um, I never got diagnosed with anything, but Lord, I needed a therapist. There's always someone who, especially in the black community, who um, has some type of awkward issues or something, whether it's the bully, whether it's the hooker, whether it's the hoe, whether it's the person who thinks that they're the smartest person. There's all kinds of characteristics that need to be diagnosed when you're young and when you're old. So there's no, there's validity there. Like, where is the lie? Where's the lie? And like the cousin said, what Jasmine speaks on is true. She said that. Remember, the cousin said that. She just adds a lot to it. She adds a lot to it. And then, as people do, families do, they want to sweep it under the rug. Did the uncle rape her? Did the uncle rape her? How is it that the sister still married a man who her younger sister said raped her? How does that happen? If my sisters told me that one of my exes raped, touched, that looked at, tried to kiss them, Lord, honey, it would not be a rape. I mean, it wouldn't be a wedding. You know what it would be? We would all be wearing black. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Or we would be visiting him in the hospital or prison. But I definitely wouldn't rape him. But see, that's what women, that's how women are. maybe including Jasmine, maybe including Tasha. You know, they gotta have that man next to them. They gotta have that man next to them to make them feel whole. Hey, do what you do. I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't deal with those type of foolishness. Sis. Let me get off this video because I can only do so much. I gotta go to bed. Um, was this trilogy worth $15? Please, anyone who paid $15 for this, you guys need help. You need help. You need help because it's trash. It's trash. It's just trash. All trash. But you know what? Hey, if this is what they want, it's a pandemic. We ain't got nothing to do. There's nothing on TV. Housewives of Atlanta's horrible. There's nothing on TV. There's no sports really. There's nothing. So you know what? Listen, Tasha, I guess Tasha's not gonna stop until she gets 1 million. But still, Jaguar, stop focusing on this and keep your foot on these celebrities and exposing them. Leave this Tasha stuff alone, girl. But find out who's paying her. That's what I want to know. Find out who's paying. No, you ain't gotta call me. Find out who's paying her. When you track the paper trail, then you'll know who's the guiltiest. Got it? Did you catch that? All right. I don't know what this video is going to be like when I look at it. I don't know. It's all a joke. This is just trash. Trash. I wouldn't pay. I think I went to Ross and paid 49 cents for a pair of shoes. I wouldn't even pay 49 cents for this. I wouldn't. The only reason why I'm looking at this is because I definitely wouldn't pay $50 for this, but it's because someone wanted me to look. No, a couple people was like, "Oh, you gotta see, number 3," and maybe to talk mess on Wiley's show. I don't know. I'll talk to you later. I gotta go to sleep. Bye.